So in previous lecture, we already discussed about the Ferri's equation. Okay. So here you can observe that uh, the laptop screen is visible to you. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, so this is nothing but this is the syllabus of our first unit, right? That is the fundamental equation for free space propagation, then Ferri's transmission equation. Okay. Now next one, that is the definition of antenna. Up till now we already covered the uh, uh, fundamental equations or whatever fundamental things which are required for the radiation and microwave techniques. So we already discussed about those things, means electromagnetic waves, frequency, wavelength, so many factors were there. Types of propagation, yes, we already discussed. That is a skywave propagation, ground wave, and space wave propagation. So in previous lecture, we discussed about the Ferri's equation. So first, we have to understood that what is the significance or what is the importance of this Ferri's transmission equation. So this Ferri's transmission equation is nothing but it is a complete total communication base for any type of wireless communication. Means the Ferri's equation is uh, based on the fundamental things of telecommunication. Means what I mean to say that okay, by using mm, electromagnetic wave propagation, we have a transmitter, we have a receiver. So with the help of this transmitter, we are transmitting the electromagnetic waves, and receiver antenna receive this signal. So when receiving antenna receive this signal, so how much amount of energy is received by the receiving antenna? So this Ferri's equation is nothing but this is the core equation. Yes, Geeta, just switch off your audio. Hello. Uh, so this Ferri's equation is nothing but this equation gives the relationship between the transmitted power, which is transmitted from transmitting antenna, and received power. Okay. So we already discussed about this one. So what Ferri's equation tells us, okay, this PR, just 1 second, let me show you the equation. Yes, this one. This PR, that is the received power by the receiving antenna, is nothing but PR is equal to PT into GT into GR lambda square divided by 4 pi R square. So in Ferri's equation, when we derive this equation, so we should know the uh, what do you mean by free space? So can anybody tell me what do you mean by free space? फ्री स्पेस हम लोग किसको बोलते हैं? Yes, what do you mean by free space? So free space is nothing but when we are transmitting the electromagnetic waves. So normally, practically, we have some disturbance because of ionization, because of some solid bodies, or because of some magnetic or gravitational forces. But in free space, it doesn't have any interference, it doesn't have any magnetic field, or it doesn't have any solid bodies in the way of propagation. So that is nothing but free space. Now, second thing is that we already discussed about that the power, isotropic source. So isotropic source is nothing but the it is such a source who radiates the equal amount of energy in all the direction. It is a source, means instead of source in simple language, we called it as it is a transmitting antenna, okay, or it is a transmitter who radiates the same amount of energy in all the direction. So such sources are known as an isotropic source. And the third thing we already seen, that is the power density. So power density is nothing but it is a radiated power per unit area. Okay, it is nothing but radiated power per unit area, and we already seen the equation. That is the power density is nothing but PT divided by 4 pi r square. PT is nothing but it is a transmitted power, right? So now if we find out the relationship between this transmitted power, received power, and power density, you will get this equation. So this equation is nothing but it is known as the Ferri's equation. Okay. So now here, uh, path loss. So path loss is nothing but it. This is the new term. Path loss is nothing but it give the relationship between transmitted power and received power. Okay, means what I mean to say that if we find out the PR divided by PT, so PRR divided by PT means here on your screen you can observe that this is the received power and this PT is nothing but it is a transmitted power. Okay, so PR by PT is nothing but we called it as a path loss. So if you observe this word path loss, means it is a definitely it is a some amount of loss. So it which loss is there? So it is nothing but it is the loss of electromagnetic energy. Is whatever energy we are transmitted from the transmitter at receiver station, we are not getting the 100% energy. Definitely there are some losses. So if we want to calculate those losses, so we should have some formula. And this path loss is nothing but it gives the whatever amount of energy is lost in medium. So which gives the that lost energy. Okay, so with the help of path loss formula, we can calculate the lost energy, right? So now, if we want to summarize this, so here this is nothing but it is a summary of this Ferri's equation. So means we have the transmitter, we have the receiver, we have the transmitted power, we have the receiver power. This GT is nothing but it is a gain of transmitter. GR is nothing but it is a gain of receiver, and this R is nothing but it is the distance between the transmitter and receiver. So here PR is nothing but here received power. So received power PR is nothing but it is the AE into AER into SR. SR is nothing but it is the power density. We already seen. So in some cases or in some books it is denoted by the P average. Okay, or in some books it is denoted by with the help of suffix rho, or in some books you will find out SR. So don't make confusion. So it is nothing but it's the power density. And this AER, or in some book you have the only AE. So this AER is nothing but it is the effective area. It is the effective area here. Effective area, we can call it as it is the effective aperture. So effective aperture is nothing but it is the area um, where the receiving antenna receive the power. Okay, means it is the area of antenna where the transmitted power is strike. Means it is the active area or effective area we called it as. Okay, so here you can find out that is the effective area into power density. So this means if you want to calculate the received power, PR is nothing but it is the effective area. It is the effective area. This one, just a minute. Uh, yes. So if you want to calculate the received power, so this is PR is nothing but received power. This is the effective area, and this SR is nothing but it is a power density. Okay, so like this we can calculate the receive power. Now second thing is that here what how to calculate the power density. We already seen that this SR, or here you can this one. So this is nothing but PR. Sorry, this row. This is nothing but same thing is there. So here I denoted by the suffix row, or I can use the SR also. So SR is nothing but it is a PT. So PT is the transmitted power, GT is the gain of transmitter, and 4 pi r square. So it is nothing but the area. So R is, we know that it is the distance between the transmitter and receiver. And we know that this is the formula of effective area. So I am not going to repeat the same thing. So this PR means if I want to write one complete equation. So PR is nothing but lambda square divided by 4 pi GR. It is the gain of receiving antenna into PT GT divided by 4 pi R square. So if you will simplify again this one, so then you will find out that this received power is inversely proportional to the distance between transmitter and receiver, right? So this is a complete summary of this Ferris equation, okay? And just now I told you that is the path loss. So path loss is nothing but this PL. Here you can observe that this path loss is nothing but it is denoted by the suffix PL. And PL is nothing but it is divided by transmitted power divided by received power. And here it is the path loss is uh, uh, path loss is expressed in dB, that is a decibel. Okay, so this when you express this path loss in this decibel, then the formula is 20 log 4 pi d divided by lambda minus gr. Gr, this is the gain of receiver antenna, which is expressed in dB, and gt is nothing but it is the gain of transmitting antenna. So if we just solve this equation, so finally we will get PL, that is the path loss, is nothing but it is equal to 20 log 4 pi d divided by lambda. So this is the formula for path loss. So now we have the three formula. One formula for the power density, another formula is for the received power, and third formula is for the path loss. So on any of these in examination there might be some problems. Okay, so for the better understanding we will see one problem. So here you can in front of your screen we have one problem. Okay, so what is this problem? So this problem states that the audible power required at receiving antenna is 10 raised to minus 6 watt. Okay, transmitting and receiving antenna have gain of 40 dB each. The carrier frequency is 4 gigahertz and the distance between them is 30 miles. So from this, we have to calculate the transmitted power. So if you observe this problem, so first we have to find out that what are the different parameters given in this problem. Means we have the distance between two antenna. We know the gain of transmitting and receiving antenna. We know the carrier frequency. Okay, and we know the what is the amount of power required at receiving antenna. So just I will again just explain these things. So this PR. So PR is nothing but it is a this PR is nothing but it is a expected amount of received power. Is what this problem says that whatever transmitted power is there. So at least this much amount of power should be received by the receiver and receiving antenna. Then only we can get the audio. Okay, or then only we will get the signal. So this PR is nothing but it is a received power, or it is or we can say that it will be a expected received power. So means received power is given, you have to calculate the transmitted power, right? So here in this problem, received power is 10 raised to minus 6 watt. Okay. So now next one, next thing which is given, that is what is that? That is the frequency, carrier frequency. So carrier frequency is given this one, that is which is a 4 gigahertz. So carrier frequency is given, and we know the formula for this lambda. Lambda is nothing but it is a wavelength, and we in previous lecture we will already discuss about how to calculate the lambda. So lambda is nothing but it is equal to speed of light divided by frequency, or c by f. So we know that 10 into 10 raised to 8 is the speed of light, and this 4 into 10 raised to 9. Okay, it is a 4 gigahertz, right? So this 4 gigahertz frequency is given. So from this you can calculate the value of lambda, right? Are you getting the things? So now we have the received power, we have the lambda, and here now the what is this 40 dB. So 40 dB is nothing but it is a gain of transmitter antenna as well as receiving antenna. So transmitting antenna, the gain is given in dB. Okay. So for what we have to do, we have to convert this. So now this is the 10 log G is equal to 40. So we have to find out the G, that is the gain. Okay. So if we will solve this, then you will get the G is nothing but it is a 10 raised to 4. So now we have the value of, this is the first value, that is the received power. Second value, this is the lambda, and the third value, that is a G. Okay. Now if you see the formula, if you see the Ferris equation, so the distance is given in meters. Okay. But here in this problem, there is a simple trick, simple twist is there. So the distance is given in miles. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to convert this miles, 30 miles into the kilometers. Okay. So here we know that 1 mile is nothing but it is 1.6 kilometer. So you have to multiply this 1.6 6 to 30. So you will get the 48 kilometers. And this is nothing but this is the distance between the transmitter and receiver. And we have to convert this kilometer into meters. So we have to multiply with the 1000, right? So you will get this is the fourth quantity, right? So here we have the received power, we have the gain, we have the value of lambda, and we know the this distance between transmitter and receiver, that is the R. Means the R is there, lambda is there, PR is there, G is there. So from this, we know the Ferris equation. So this Ferris equation is what Ferris equation says, that is the PR is equal to PT into GT GR lambda square divided by 4 pi R square. So what is this? This PT we have to calculate. Okay, means here in this problem, the amount of transmitted power has to be calculated. So here the PT has to be calculated. This has to be calculated, right? So now GT and GR is given. That is the this one, because here you can observe that the transmitting and receiving antenna gain is same. So lambda, yes, we already calculate the lambda, and R is also calculated. So if you will, and PR is also known. PR is nothing but it is a 10 raised to minus 6 watt. Okay. So this is a 10 raised to minus 6 watt. So if you will put all this value, and if you will solve this question, so finally you will get the answer, that is PT is equal to 0.64 watt, right? So this is the transmitted power, and if you will see the option now, which option is correct? So this is the first option is correct. This is the correct answer, right? So I hope so from this problem, the Ferris equation is understood in again very good manner, right? So just give me the confirmation. Are you understood this problem? Yes. Anyone? कोई बता सकते हैं? Yes. Are you getting me? Yes. Are you getting me? Uh, यस भक्ति, कैन यू, आपको सुनाई दे रहा है? हेलो, कोई बता सकते? हाँ भक्ति, बता सकते हो? कैन यू हियर मी? आवाज सुनाई दे रही है? यस, एनीवन? कोई बता सकता है? आई एम नॉट गेटिंग योर वॉइस, सो just let me confirm whether you are getting all this network is proper or not. Yes, मधुरा, आप बता सकते हो? आवाज आ रही है आपको? Hello? No, just a minute. We'll check. What do you mean by transmission line? Yes, Rohit, क्या बता सकते हो? What do you mean by transmission line? Hello? रोहित बता सकते हो what do you mean by transmission line? Yes. Can anybody confirm me कि whether are you और मेरा आवाज सुनाई दे रही है?
Cover electrical distance over electrical signals over a large distance.
Okay, very good. Fine. So can you tell me what is the antenna? Antenna और transmission lines में क्या difference है? अभी electrical signal over long distance. Just now you told me that is a transmission line. So antenna क्या होता है? Okay, answer might be wrong, but can you tell me?
सर बहुत ज्यादा डिस्टेंस कवर करने के लिए एंटीना यूज होता है, मतलब एक एरिया से दूसरे एरिया में कवर करने के लिए.
Okay, means you mean to say that कि transmission line और antenna तो ये दोनों जो है चीजें ये डिस्टेंस से कंसर्न है. इफ यू वांट टू कवर द लार्ज डिस्टेंस, अगर आपको बहुत ज्यादा डिस्टेंस अगर कवर करना है तो यू गो फॉर द एंटीना, और आपको अगर कम डिस्टेंस करना है तो यू गो फॉर द ट्रांसमिशन लाइन, राइट? तो ओके फाइन. तो बहुत सारे लोगों का यही अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगा कि ट्रांसमिशन लाइंस और एंटीना में यही डिफरेंस होगा, राइट? बट वन थिंग वी सपोज टू क्लियर दैट कि अगर ऐसा होता कि अगर डिस्टेंस के रिलेटेड होता तो ट्रांसमिशन लाइंस को ही हम एंटीना बोल के या एंटीना को भी हम ट्रांसमिशन लाइंस बोल के यूज कर सकते थे. बट द थिंग इज दैट कि बोथ द transmission lines and antenna have the different purposes, right? So what is the exact difference? We have to understood that in transmission lines use as a conductor to carry the voltage and current. Okay, so means here important factor is there you this transmission line is nothing but it is a conductor, right? So we know the conductor क्या होता है कि conductor is nothing but it is a medium who carries the voltage or current, right? Now but here the antenna is nothing but it is a transducer. It is not, it is a definitely it is a conductor, but uh, with the conductor property it is a transducer. So what do you mean by transducer? So transducer is nothing but we know the definition. कि transducer is nothing but who converts the one form of energy into the another form, right? So here what antenna does, antenna convert the one form of energy into the another form. So we have to understood that means in transmission lines, suppose we have the thermal power station who generate the electricity, and our home we are getting the electricity by using the transmission lines. So what transmission lines do is it will transmit the energy from the power generation station to our home, but the form of energy is not at all changed. So at transmitter station, it is in electrical form, or we can say it is in the form of voltage and current. And at our home, where we are receiving this energy, it is also having the same form, right? So, but here when we are talking about the antenna, so what antenna? Antenna is nothing but it is a transducer who convert the one form of energy into another form. So first we have to clear that this antenna or this antenna who convert the one form of energy to another form means exactly which form to which form. So that we have to understood. We know the definition of transistor who convert the one form of energy into another form. and antenna is a transducer. So here antenna convert the electrical energy into electromagnetic wave, right? So this is the main factor. Okay, on the basis of this one, we can differentiate the transmission line and this antenna. Means what is the one property? Antenna convert the electrical energy into the electromagnetic wave at transmitter station, and at receiver station again it will convert the electromagnetic wave into the electrical form, right? So now this is the what we can say, this is the fundamental difference between the transmission line and antenna. With the help of antenna, we can convert electrical to electromagnetic wave and electromagnetic wave to electrical. Okay, so definitely there is another parameter, that is the distance. Just now she told. Here distance, yes, definitely depending upon our transmission requirement or reception requirement, we will choose whatever suitable thing is there. Means earlier for our telephone lines we have the aluminum wire. There was कि वहाँ पे क्या था कि we don't have the this electromagnetic waves. So simply we have the only aluminum wires are there from one city to another city. So with the help of those wires we can transmit the signal. So in that scenario, what happens? If electrical energy is transmitted through transmission line and at your receiver station, again you are getting the electrical energy. मतलब जो transmission wire से होता था, right? So there we are not converting the one form of energy into another form, but with the help of antenna we are converting the one form of energy into another form. Now another one more important difference is there. For transmission line, definitely you require the conductor to transmit the energy. But in antenna, these electromagnetic waves, here you can see that the radio signal travel through air also, right? Means air is nothing but it is a insulating part, right? Means with the help of electromagnetic waves, we can transmit the data or signal through air also. Okay, means air is a, or we can say, in other words, we can say through insulated medium also. But this is not at all happens in transmission lines. Transmission lines, you need to require the conductor. So this is the another what we can say difference between the transmission lines and this antenna. The transmission lines purely conductor, antenna, transducer. For transmission lines to transmit the signal, we require the conductors, but with the help of antenna, we can transmit the signal through air also or through insulating medium also, right? So now we know the example of transducer, that is speaker, microphone. So what the speaker does, it will convert the electrical signal into acoustic signal. What microphone does, microphone convert the this acoustic or audio signal into electrical signal. So these are the transducer, means these are nothing but it is the antenna-like devices. So I think transmission line and antenna, the difference is clear to you. Now again, this just now I explained you ki this convert voltage and current into the electromagnetic forms, right? Now here electromagnetic field expand and contract at the same frequency as variation. Means whatever data or whatever signal you are transmitting, so in transmission lines the frequency is maintained. Maintain means with some constant frequency you are transmitting the signal. Okay, means in our home we know that what is our power supply, it is a 230 volt 50 hertz. So what is the 50 hertz? So 50 hertz is nothing but it is the frequency of that electrical supply, right? So the whatever electrical waves are there, electrical signals are there, so those signals are transmitted with frequency of 50 hertz, right? So now this is occurs in transmission lines. Now next thing is that electromagnetic field construction return energy to the source. So this is very important. Why? Because here when in transmission lines, when you are transmitting the signal, okay, so what it will do is somewhere to transmit the signal we should have one closed loop. Means if you see any signal, any circuit, we have the positive wires and negative wires. Okay, ultimately, if you will complete the loop, then only the signal will be transmitted. Means whatever from source, whatever signal is there, so it will going and again by completing the path, it is coming back. But it is happening in transmission line. But in antenna, it is not at all happens, right? Simply, it will throw the signal into the atmosphere. So how it will throw the signal in atmosphere, we will see in next lecture. But you have to see, you have to understood that in transmission lines, the path is complete. It is that the loop has to be complete. But in antenna, it is not necessary, right? So it is another difference. Means nearly all energy in the transmission lines remains in the system. Why it will remains in the system? Because we have the closed loop. So somewhere it is means some active or passive component absorb or emit energy. But if you calculate, because we know the all the electrical laws, Thevenin's theorem or